Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Trying to help people learn a little bit of algebra. So this is not so much math as it is listening to directions. And what I taught you the other day when we graphed one line using this little shortcut called y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form, we are now going to graph two lines. And when you graph two lines, they run into each other. That's the point of intersection. They gave it a name. It's called graphing a system of equations. All this means is you're finding where the 2 points run into each other. Graphing a system of equations where two lines intersect, where they cross. You're going to get an x value and you're going to get a y value. You're just getting the point where the two lines cross. That's what we're looking for. We want to know what the x is, and we want to know what the y is. And they call that solving a system of equations. So, because we already taught you guys how to use these shortcuts to graph, I'm going to slap these two lines on here, and we're going to find where the 2 points cross. Real easy. So I'm going to graph the green line, and I'm going to graph the purple line. And we're going to see where the two lines cross. That's a system of equations. All right, so this number without the letter x, the number that's not multiplying x, that's your y-intercept. So this guy at -2 is our y-intercept. And so you just, the y-axis, and x equals 0, you get to cover up x, and you see y equals -2. So I'm going to make my first dot at this point 0, -2. That's the y-intercept. Okay? Now the slope is the number that multiplies the x. It multiplies the letter x. And today, there's no number there. Is there a number that we can multiply by x that won't change x? There is. It's my little magic 1. 1 times x is x. 1 divided by 1 is still 1. Why did I write two 1s? I wrote two 1s because I need a rise and a run. I need a fraction so I can make my stairs. So by putting 1 in front of the x and dividing it by 1, I don't change the letter x. It's still x, but it does give me some stairs. So all I need to do now to graph this green line, I got the first dot, and now I'm just going to go up 1 square and to the right 1, make a dot. Up 1 and to the right 1, make another dot. Up 1 and to the right 1, make another dot. 1 and 1, 1 and 1. Okay? Now we can draw that line. Oh, look at that, freehand. And give the line a name. Y equals x minus 2. So all these points that I can draw, they all make up this line. They all fit in this math problem. There's my line. Oh, today I wanted to tell you guys, you can also make it -1 over -1x. That's still a positive 1. X negative divided by a negative is still a positive, because we're going to later start going down and to the left. And if you do that, down 1 to the left, you'll see you still make the same line. Because they're not always going to have to go up and to the right. Sometimes you want to go down and to the left or down and to the right, but we'll go over that. All right, the purple line. Y-intercept is 0, 4. So I just go up to 4 on my y-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I make my first dot. There it is. When x is 0, and you multiply it by -1/2, the -1/2 goes away, y equals 4. They call that the y-intercept. Now we have our slope, which is -1 over 2. We want to rise -1, and we want to run +2. So as you rise -1, you wind up going down 1 square, and to the right 2 squares, and you make a dot. You go down 1 square, and to the right 2 squares, and make a dot. Look where that purple line winds up hitting the green line. So at this point, you can literally draw the purple line and know what the answer is. The answer is this guy right here. As we went down 1 and to the right 2, down 1 and to the right 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that purple line wind up hitting right here. And if you look at your graph paper, this point right here happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4 for the x value, and up 1, 2. And the answer to this problem is 4, 2. That's the answer. That's the system of equations answer. It's where the two lines hit each other. I hope that made sense. We're drawing our two lines on graph paper, and we're just finding the point where the two lines intersect. That's the answer for how you do a system of equations while you're graphing. Later, we're going to do it without the graphs. We're going to do the algebra stuff. You guys are going to feel so smart.